Hey everybody, Jeff Reinhardt here, LMP and Lancaster Online. Pull up a chair, it's the Huddle. It's the Yellow League Football Podcast sponsored by Auto House of Lancaster. The 29 Week 1 games are finally put to bed. And I was hoping for a tad easier week, and then I looked, and there's 28 games in Week 2. And they are really split up. Thursday games, 5 of them. Elko and Anvil included. Friday night, 21 games. Saturday, 2 games. One in the morning, yawn again, and one in the afternoon. So a busy Week 2 slate with 28 games on tap. Break them down and give you some picks. 22-7 with the Week 1 picks. Okay. But some great games in Week 1. If I remember any fun nuggets off the top of my head, which is bulging with LL football stuff, I'll drop them. But a fun start here so far. Week 1 was good. A lot of good games. Some close games, an OT game. Good start. So we'll see if that continues over here in Week 2, which will take 3 days to finish. Good times. All right, ready? Here we go. Thursday games. Executive Education Academy Charter, the Raptors out of Allentown, District 11. They haven't played yet. They didn't play in Week 1. They gas up the bus and come to Reading to play Berks Catholic. BC coming off a loss to Twin Valley, gave up 45 points. So they're looking to get back on track. Executive's always usually pretty good. I think they were 6-5 last year with a playoff game, but they lost to Berks Catholic. Saints were at home. I'll go home team. Berks Catholic over Executive. Anvil Cleona at Hanover Nighthawks. I'm covering this. I will gas up the car and go to the other side of York to Hanover on Thursday for Dutchman Nighthawks. Anvil, good win in Week 1. They beat Biglerville 18-9. That's different. 6 sacks, several quarterback hurries. Dutchman got in the backfield and played well defensively. Mustered up enough points to win. So a 1-0 getaway for Anvil. Hanover coming off a loss. If I'm drawing a blank in some of these, don't hate me because I got a lot of football teams on the brain, but I know Hanover's 0-1. I'll go Dutchman here. Why not? Defense played really good in Week 1. I know it's a long bus ride, but I'll go AC over Hanover. All Berks County game. Schuylkill Valley at Daniel Boone. Both teams coming off losses. Schuylkill Valley lost to Muhlenberg 45-14. Second year in a row, Muhlenberg beat the Panthers. Boone lost to Exeter in the Pig Iron Bowl 64-7. Ooh, great start for Exeter. I have the Panthers circled here. I think they go and take care of business. Pick them to win Section 5. So they need to start rolling here. And I think they will on Thursday. Panthers over Blazers. Upper Perkiomen Pioneer Athletic Conference at Fleetwood. Great start for Fleetwood. Put up 54 points against Kutztown. Won the Hall of Fame game trophy. Bo Fegley. Remember the name. What a debut in the backfield for him. Rushed for 224 and 4 touchdowns. Hello, Bo. I'll go Tigers here at home. I think Upper Perk is also coming off a loss. Tigers 2-0. Believe it. Fleetwood over Upper Perk. Last Thursday night game, Elko Raiders at Conrad Weiser. How about Weiser? I mean, everybody wrote them off. I know it's one game, but they lost the whole crew. And they went down to Abington and won, put up 29 points. Braden Schweitzer had a good game running the ball, 122 and 2 touchdowns. And Weiser showed up in the Penn Live State ranking teams to watch in 5A this week. So, yeah, how about the Scouts? Elko coming off a loss, gave up 48 to West York. Licking their wounds a bit. Now they make the short drive over to Conrad Weiser. This is the 37th meeting between the two. They're only separated by like 10 miles, so it's a backyard rivalry game. I have Weiser circled. I still like Elko. I still think they can be a playoff team, but I'm going to ride Weiser's hot start here. Scouts over Raiders, Friday night. Here we go. This one's actually Friday afternoon. Pequay Valley going into the big city. They're going to Philly to play Thomas Edison at a Philly pub. Edison beat Renaissance Academy 46-0 last week. The Owls, so they're 1-0. That Renaissance team played Pequay Valley last year. Pequay Valley beat them 42-0 maybe. It was a shutout. So Renaissance said, nah, we're not going to play you next year. So Renaissance added Edison, and the Owls beat them 46-0. So there you go. Pequay Valley coming off a win, 22-12 over Delaware County Christian. Only gave up 21 rushing yards. Stingy D. I have Edison circled 3 o'clock in Philly. They put up 46 last week. I think PV's D will be good. They're going to make it tricky for them. But I have Thomas Edison circled. Owls over Braves. York Tech at Kutztown. Kutztown scored 34, rushed for well over 300 yards, had 2 100-yard backs, and another kid had like 80, and they lost by 20 to Fleetwood, 54-34. York Tech coming off a loss. They gave up 6-0 last week against James Buchanan. Home game, love the rushing attack. I'll go Cougars. Kutztown over York Tech. Midwest out of District 4, the Mustangs at Hamburg. Hamburg lost Dr. Air last week, 34-6, gave up a bunch of rushing yards. Isaac McFadden and Isaac Stewart both took snaps. McFadden had a TD pass, and I think I might have read that Stewart left the game. Might have been an injury. I don't know. Please don't hold me to that. So we'll see if McFadden gets more snaps here. Midwest had a 27-game losing streak. And then they won in week 10 last year, and then they won last week in week 1. So 27-game L streak to back-to-back wins. Still, I like Hamburg here. I think they find it. I think they finally get that passing game cranking up top. Could be close. I'll go Hawks over Mustangs. Twin Valley, enjoy the bus ride to Selinsgrove to face the Seals. Twin Valley, good week 1, put up 40-plus points against Berks Catholic. Lucas Myers had 3 touchdown runs. Ben Grundy returned a kick for a touchdown. I think they're going to be just fine. Selinsgrove historically has been good. District 4, they've made playoffs. I don't even know how many years in a row. Traditionally a strong program. TV's got to make the bus ride 110 miles. Enjoy that. But I'm going to go Raiders here. I'm going to ride them, and I think they're going to be major factors later. So I'll take Twin Valley over Selinsgrove. Fun game, Delone Catholic at Lancaster Catholic. Squires won the District 3 Class 1A title last year and then won a state playoff game and then lost to Muncie in the quarterfinals. And they're coming off a loss, but I think it was 10-7, gut puncher against Susquehannock. Lancaster Catholic, they might have had the best all-around week 1, put up 43 points, gave up -1 rushing yard against Camp Hill. And really stuffed the Lions 43-7. So Catholic's feeling really good. This Boas kid had almost 150 yards and a couple of touchdown passes, and Brandon Way rushed for like 170 and 2 TDs. So love the Crusaders here at home. They're looking good, and I think they continue to crank. Crusaders over Squires. Oxford at Northern Lebanon. Hornets. Chestmont League. District 1 against the Vikings, bulletin board material. I picked them last in the section. I picked them to lose to Pine Grove. And they came out last week and really hammered Pine Grove, 35-8, 34-8. Brady Ryan had a huge game, rushed for 150, a couple of touchdowns. Their D was good. So a great start for the Vikings. Oxford, I want to say they're coming off a loss. Like I said, I don't remember all these new teams here off the top of my head, but I have Northern Lebanon circled. They're at home opener with a lot of mo and a lot to prove. So I'll go Vikings over Hornets. Donegal at Columbia, trophy game. It's the Battle for the Rock, named after Chickies Rock, which separates Mount Joy and Columbia. They started this last year. Pretty cool. Donegal won handily, 43-12. It was their only loss last year. It was pretty much after this game last year that the Indians just started getting hurt. Just picked off with the injuries. It was their only win. but it was the trophy win. So they've had the trophy in their case for a year. Columbia played Eastern York. Had a feeling about the Golden Knights in that one, and they shut out Columbia 49-0. Tide only had 59 yards total, so they're kind of back at the drawing board here in week 2. Donegal lost to Middletown 13-8, but it was close. Middletown had a tick over 100 yards total and won the game. So Donegal probably took some positives from last week, and from all indications, they are healthy. Knock on wood. I'll go Indians here to retain the Battle of the Rock trophy. Donegal over Columbia. Oh, boy. This might be game of the week, or one of them for sure. LS at Warwick. Both 1-0. Saw the Pioneers last week. Really hyped up the Solanco game, and it more than lived up to the billing. LS wins 45-44 in overtime. Both offenses were great. Came down to a couple of turnovers. Solanco lost 2 fumbles. LS took advantage. Asher Jones passed for 100, rushed for 100, accounted for 4 touchdowns. He was great. Warwick wins 35-12. It was 35-0 Mercy Rule over Avon Grove. Myers passed for 200 plus. Musser had a 100-yard receiving night. Much needed good start for Warwick this time around. Great game here. Fabulous game. I have LS circled. I don't want to say I underestimated LS. They lost a ton of kids. We all know that. And then I thought last week with Solanco, they were LS. And Colin Shelley didn't play. Their big line dude. He got hurt during wrestling. He could be back for this one. But LS was LS. They were really good. I think Warwick will be there. And I really could go either way with this game, but I have LS circled. Pioneers over Warriors. I will see you Friday night in Lidditz. Octorara at Solanco. Braves coming off a good win. They're 1-0. Proke, the quarterback, ripped off a 97-yard touchdown run. They had 2 kids rush for 100. Beat Hamburg 34-6. Solanco stinging a little here. Well, more than a little. 45-44. But they did Solanco things. Ran the heck out of the ball. Johnny Garcia, their really good fullback, needs 132 yards for 3,000 in his career. What a ride for that kid. I have Solanco circled. They're going to be there later, gang, and they are spitting mad after last week. Mules over Braves. New Oxford at Cocalico. Interesting game. Cocalico coming off a sucker punch loss to E-Town. Cocalico's up 14-0 late. Like waning minutes at E-Town on Saturday. Turn it over. Bears get it. Score. Cocalico turns it over. Bears get it back. Score. E-Town 15, Cocalico 14. Wow. Heck of a game on Saturday. And now they get New Oxford, which is 1-0, and they axed Bermudian Springs, which is defending 3A district champ. New Oxford was the 1 seed last year in the 5A bracket, which is loaded. That was Exeter and CV and McDevitt, etc. I have New Oxford circled. They beat Cocalico 21-0 last year, and Cocalico is kind of, I don't want to say searching for it because they did some good things, but New Oxford's, they're pretty tough. Eagles will be heard from, I promise. For pick purposes, as I like to say, I'll take New Oxford over Cocalico. Lebanon at Garden Spot. Neither team really got it going offensively last week. Lebanon fell to Palmyra 30-0. Garden Spot lost to Notre Dame Green Pond. This year it was only 21-3. It was not 71-64. But Notre Dame came down to New Holland and won 21-3. So Cedars coming off a shutout. Garden Spot only scored 3. Oh, by the way, fun nugget of the week. I know Lebanon's losing streak is at 43 now. Cedars' last win in 2020 was at Garden Spot. Like the Spartans here at home, they have some weapons and they're going to find it. So I'll go Garden Spot over Lebanon. Perkiomen Valley Vikings out of Pioneer Athletic Conference in District 1 at Governor Mifflin. Good start for the Mustangs. They were supposed to be retooling, reshifting, etc., and they went and put 35 up last week and beat Pleasant Valley. So a great start for them. Patrick Storer returned to kickoff for a touchdown. Really good vibes for the Mustangs, especially for their preseason expectations, and they go out and they're 1-0. Perk Valley, I want to say they also lost. And they're tough. They're always very formidable. I have the Mustangs circled. I'm going to ride their mow. I'm doing a lot of ride and mow this week. So I'll go Mifflin at home, Mustangs over Perk Valley, Exeter at Boyertown. Exeter, oh my goodness, 64 points last week against Boone. Eagles averaged 29.7 yards per offensive play last week. Yikes. 2 pick sixes. Put up 64. Martinez, the quarterback, 4 for 4, 100 yards, 3 touchdowns. That's a perfect rating. Boyertown coming off a win. Hello, Jamie Sands, former Wilson All-Star, former longtime assistant LL coach. Has his own program now at Boyertown, and they won in week 1. But Exeter is on another level. Oh, my. Eagles over Bears. Ephrata at Manheim Central, another game to circle this week. Fun backyard, old school LL clash. Ephrata really took care of Red Lion in week 1. Put up 45 points and 400 plus yards. They might have had like 480. Carson Martin had a great game in his debut behind center. 4 TD passes, 3 TD passes, 200 yards up top. Ephrata was really good. Great start for them. Manheim Central, 1-0. Bad news, they gave up 42 against West Philly. Good news, they picked off 3 passes and they scored 47. Hello. If Ephrata wins this game, it will be 400 career program victories for the Mounts. I think that's going to spur them on here. I got Ephrata circled. This should be a good one. Get yourself to Eldenra 2. I'll take Ephrata over Manheim Central. That's a fun game. E-Town at Kennett out of the Chester County. It's the school district after Octorara, if you're unfamiliar. E-Town, great win, as mentioned. 15-14 over Cocalico last week. E-Town's got some kids. They have some players. Trent Kaufman's back, healthy. Missed most of last year with a leg, I want to say. He passed for 200. Had 2 monster TD keepers late as they rally past Cocalico. And he's got a lot of receivers at his disposal. So if E-Town gets anything up front, if they block and tackle, you're not going to want to play the Bears later, trust me. Kennett, boy, oh boy, I think they're coming off a loss. I got a lot of stats and numbers and names in my head. I apologize, but I have the Bears circled. I'm going to ride their mow. I'm going to ride Mifflin mow. I'm going to ride E-Town mow. Hey, why not? Bears over Kennett. Wilson at Plymouth Whitemarsh. Wilson beat Cheltenham last week, put up 35. Mason Young, very nice debut. 3 TD passes, 190 yards up top. I know they gave up some stuff. Cheltenham had 300 plus yards through the air, but Wilson found a way to win. They're 1-0. P-Dub, always good, traditionally tough. Suburban 1 league. They've won their division 4 years in a row. I have Wilson circled. I just think they have too many weapons. And if they clean up the passing game stuff, they only gave up 40 rushing yards last week. So this one could be close. Wilson's got to go down to Plymouth meeting, but I have the Bulldogs circled. Wilson over P-Dub. Reading at Muhlenberg. Reading falls to Phoenixville 28-6 in their opener. Muhlenberg sails past Schuylkill Valley. Adriel Baez, the quarterback, passes for 223 and 2 touchdowns. Michael Miller had a huge game receiving. 156 yards on 4 catches. 2 for long touchdowns. Cameron Small held to 69 rushing yards, but he got 2 scores. So Muhlenberg's feeling great. Trophy game, Battle of the Border. Reading's won the last 3, and they lead the series overall. But I like Muhlenberg here. Their offense is cooking. Mules over Red Knights. Penn Manor at Dallastown. Penn Manor blanked for the 3rd year in a row in week 1 against Conestoga Valley. 28-0. 35-0, 27-0 in the last 3 years against CV. So Penn Manor back to the drawing board with the offense. Dallastown lost to Hempfield in week 1, 16-7. So the Wildcats didn't muster a whole lot of O either. They outgained Hempfield 222-204, but still lost. I have Dallastown circled. We'll see if Penn Manor finds it here. It took Penn Manor a couple of weeks last year to kind of get the motor cranking. As a matter of fact, they got shut out by Dallastown last year, too. It took Penn Manor until week 3 to score, but that was last year. But I'll go Wildcats here at home. Dallastown over Penn Manor. Great game. Alert. Manheim Township at Central York. This is a big boy 6A game. Wow. Township coming off a win. Didn't peg it as a 7-0 win over Cumberland Valley, but that's what they got. Township got 1 touchdown, and it was enough. Defense stood tall. Streaks picked off 4 passes. And held Cumberland Valley out of the end zone, and they win 7-0. Simon Dumser had a couple of picks. Darius Dixon had a big game. He had a touchdown catch. So a good 1-0 start for the streak. Central York beat Central Dauphin, another District 3 6A heavyweight program, 23-9, I want to say. Brooklyn Nace is the name to know in this game. Old Dominion recruit. Really good quarterback for Central York. All-state last year, 2,300 passing yards. He's really good. I have Central York circled. They're at home. I could go either way here. Trust me. I could throw a dart. I could flip a coin. Doesn't matter. I could pick a name out of a hat. This should be a really good, close game. I'll go Panthers at home in what could be a District 3 6A playoff preview. Central York over Township. Hempfield at York. Good start for the Black Knights. I probably made too much of a big deal that they didn't scrimmage. Ended up not hurting them. I guess they were fresh and ready to go. They beat Dallastown 16-7. Ethan Caldwell rushed for 100 and a couple of touchdowns. Brady Briscoe kicked a field goal. And the Black Knights are 1-0, and they needed that. That's a good start mentally for those guys. York coming off a loss in week 1. I'll go Black Knights. Road game. I'll ride their Mo. They're feeling good after a week 1 win, coming off some weird circumstances and not scrimmaging. So I'll go Hempfield over York. The last Friday night game, Cedar Crest at Spring Grove. Interesting matchup here. Spring Grove beat Northern York 34-0. So they're feeling good. Coming off a shutout. Defense played well. 1-0. Here we go. Rockets. Cedar Crest, really good comeback win against Lower Dauphin and Hershey Park Stadium. Got 2 fourth-quarter touchdown runs from Isaiah Zimmerman. Rally past Lower Dauphin, 25-21. So a gut checker win already for the Falcons. I like that. They stay on the road. They have to go to Spring Grove, which has a really cool complex over there, by the way. I have Cedar Crest circled. I like their D, and I like Zimmerman, and I like that they've already been tested and passed with flying colors. Hello. Falcons over Rockets. Saturday, 2 games. The Haverford School, Inter-AC, non-PIAA. The Fords, always a powerhouse. 7 wins last year. One of them was against YO. And they really held YO down. Spartans had like 100 yards, only got a field goal and lost. Season opener for Haverford. They have not played. YO. Knew they were going to be good, and boy, did they ever prove it in week 1. They go to Catawissa, play Southern Columbia up there, and they mercy rolled them. 49-27. Justice Hardy rushed for 190 with a 90-yard touchdown run. Marcus Armstead returned a pick, 55 yards for a touchdown. They were terrific. So you go to Southern Columbia, put up 49 on their field. I'm buying. I got the Spartans circled. I know Haverford's annually, traditionally very good, but it's their first game, and they got to go to YO and play on the grass. I got the Spartans, YO over the Fords. Last game, Conestoga Valley against McCaskey. This game will be played Saturday morning at 10 o'clock, yawn, at Lancaster Catholic. Tornadoes home away from home this year because of stadium construction. McCaskey got the Todd Mealy debut last week, lost to Bartram 20-6. Didn't give up a whole lot, gave up 20 points, but defense was okay, forced a couple of turnovers, but the penalties really caught up to them. 17 yellow flags against McCaskey. Too many. Got to clean that up. CV, took care of business against Penn Manor, 28-zip. Sawyer Espenshade passed for 249, 3 touchdowns, 4 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns, and CV won pretty handily over Penn Manor. I got the Bucks here. They're tough. McKiskey's still kind of looking for it, searching for it. And CV is a Section 2 favorite that's looking at a playoff trip. So Bucks over Tornado. Quickly, Week 2 winners. Berks Catholic, Anvil Cleona, Schuylkill Valley, Fleetwood, Conrad Weiser. Thursday games. Thomas Edison, Kutztown, Hamburg, Twin Valley, Lancaster Catholic, Northern Lebanon. You're welcome for the bulletin board material. Donegal in a trophy game. LS, oh man, that's a great game. I'll see you in Lidditz. Solanco, New Oxford, Garden Spot, Governor Mifflin, Mo, Exeter, they're really good. Ephrata, going for 400, don't miss that. E-Town, Mo, Wilson, Muhlenberg, Dallastown, Central York, Hempfield, Cedar Crest, YO, and CV. There's your Week 2 picks. 28 games, 5 Thursday. Are you ready? Boy, oh boy, this season we're jumping in head first. 29 in Week 1, 28 in Week 2. I just have not gotten to Week 3. I'll cross that bridge later. All right, enjoy the Week 2 games. I'll see you Thursday in Hanover. I'll see you Friday at Warwick. I'll see you Saturday for CV McCaskey. Busy week. Make sure you're on Lancaster Online for all of our football stuff. The stats are starting to roll in. All the box scores from last week, all the game coverage. I got the previews. I got the podcast. I got the notes. Yada. It's all there. LL Football. Okay, it's the Huddle. Our LL Football podcast sponsored by Auto House of Lancaster. Jeff Reinhardt here, LMP and Lancaster Online. Enjoy Week 2. I'll catch you back here next week. Thanks for listening. See ya.